Welcome. This is another class edition under the One People's Forum Scholarship and Career, the Free Digital Skills Empowerment for Youth Initiative for 2025. Uh, Today, we're going to be looking at another important skill aspect in the digital skills that can be that can help you in these three particular areas: the educational area, the employment area, and the entrepreneurship opportunities. Again, we want to thank all our listeners that are joining this program, both from virtual environments and the physical students that has been joining the OPF digital skills training. I've covered so many things in this lesson. We've covered the use of computer and mobile device.
I
We've covered,
joined late because I had something. I have some.
we've covered cybersecurity. We've introduced students to different types of computers and mobile devices, including their features and how to access some of this technology. And we've introduced you to the Cisco Netcard environment, where you have actually practiced in-depth on how to navigate your computer trackpad, the mouse, and you might have built confidence with file management on any operating systems, including Windows operating systems, Android operating systems, and the use of cloud. But today, what we want to look at today is cloud computing. You want to study, you want to look at, you want to, the lecture is about cloud computing and what do we mean by cloud computing. Right now, a lot of the students is exposed to what cloud computing is, because in the last message I shared, I said every lectures on this class will be posted on the cloud, where we have some of the classes on Google Cloud, we have some of the classes on the Facebook and YouTube. This device alone represents that we're using the cloud services. And you can see how you can utilize the cloud service to maximize the benefit or to harness a lot of opportunity to yourself. That means everything I'm doing can actually be hosted on the cloud, where you can access it directly from the cloud services. And if you remember, in the last class we said once you have a Google Cloud, you automatically can have access to a cloud system. And let me quickly show you. Okay, if this is our Google Cloud. Once you can access, go to the email, then from there you can access your Google Cloud, and from there you can move your data to your cloud system. I'm just trying to show you how we demonstrated the use of Google Cloud. So within my Gmail, I just open my Gmail. The Gmail name is Digital Skills for You. Then you go to this dot area. From here, you can go to your drive. This drive simply means you can have access to cloud storage via your drive. It's like when you have your CD drive, but what we have here is your cloud storage in a drive. That is, all your documents can be moved into the Google Cloud. And that is actually explaining what cloud computing is all about. By the time this cloud opens, then you can see all my work I have here. So this is my Google Cloud environment, where the last class which I shared with you are here. This is the OPF classes. You can see we demonstrated this together in the class, where I said all the class video are going to be moved to the cloud. So all the video of this class has been moved to this. In fact, almost every lesson we have moved it to the cloud systems. And what I did after then was to share you the access link, and that is, let me move back a bit to show you. This is the folder, and in this folder I made all the question, all the video there. Then I created a kind of share link. This is share. So I share it with all the people that registered for this OPF. You can see Kafaya, almost everybody that registered for the OPF digital skills will share this folder. And again, I can still share this link. I copy the link, then I will drop it in WhatsApp platform. Maybe where's my WhatsApp? I can drop it even on the Facebook. I can drop it on the OPF Facebook. So maybe I just say anyone that wants to access this can just say go to what is on my mind. You can all access participants, also access all classes on this Google Cloud platform. And here is a link for the uh, for Google Cloud. So you can see OPF classes Google Drive. Then I'll be updating it. So I don't need to share the class video with anybody. I just paste it. So, and of course, I even post it on the Facebook, so anyone can access it via the Facebook link. Then you can see this is it. Participant can also access all the classes on this Google Cloud platform. So once you click on this Google Cloud platform, it will take you to the class. That is a typical demonstration of a Google Cloud. So I can move anything, and everyone that is connected can access. Everyone that is connected can access the file, and that is what we mean by cloud. So that was the practical demonstrations of cloud computing systems. But let us go in deep into what cloud computing is all about. When you look at the world we have now, just like what I just practicalized, you see that cloud computing has bailed us out a lot. Every businesses are moving their services to the cloud, and it's just like moving from your privately owned computer storage to a subscription-based computer storage. That is what cloud environment is. That is, cloud computing refers to an environment that provides resources and services via the internet. What that means is that Google Cloud I share with you, before you can access it, you will need internet connection before you can access my services on the cloud, and which means you access it from anywhere, anytime, and on the go. And that's not the only thing I can share on the Google Cloud. I can share messages, and you can see that message I dropped on Facebook is also available on Google Cloud. I can share messages, I can share uh, music, my photo can be shared on the Google Cloud, and videos, games, even website can be shared on the Google Cloud. And services include accessing software, storing files online, and configuring an environment of server for optimal performances. That is, cloud computing can allows you to access software. Even if you don't have the software, you can use the software on the cloud. That is, cloud computing offers different services. In fact, when you look at most of the software we're using today, they are cloud-based software, popularly known as software as a service. That is, instead of accessing this software locally, you can access them on the cloud by pay per use. For example, when you use cloud computing capabilities, when you store or access documents, photos, videos, and other media, you can also store programs and applications online. And the benefit is the cloud computing will make you to be productive. It will make your businesses to function, and it's even more cost saving, because instead of buying a large computer for data storage, even when you have it as large as it is, you may not be able to access it without physical contact. So with cloud computing, you can access all your work folders, your applications, your documents on the cloud and on the go. And if we look at the trends now, cloud computing will not go into extinction any moment from now. In fact, it is a present technology, but it will remain a new technology because more advances are being made in the cloud. And as more businesses are moving to the website, automatically there's a need for continuous cloud storages. So those people that are in the business of the cloud system know that they can't go out of business, because in as much as more people are coming on board, then the demand for cloud services will become increasing. And what are we trying to make from here? Businesses use cloud computing even more effectively to manage their resources. Just like I told you, this class is not all about you. We have elites joining this class. We have business personnel. We have professionals, managers that are joining this class. And let me be sincere with you, we have over 500 people joining this class, whether you know now or you don't know. Over 500 people are connected to this OPF digital skills learning. And most of the things we are teaching here are going to be something that will help your business to grow. And if you are a student, don't worry, we are teaching something that will help you in your career prospect as well. So when we have this cloud system, we realize that more businesses are shifting to the cloud system to actually be from a local environment to the internet. For example, of the cloud, when you have an employee working during the day in California, they can use cloud computing resources located in an office in Paris that is closed for the evening. So when a company uses the cloud computing, normally it pays a fee based on the amount of computing time and other resources they consume, which in this way, consumer pay utility companies for the amount of electricity used normally. So when we think about cloud computing, you can store all your documents, you can host your application. In fact, you can host an entire platform. What I mean by platform, professional will understand this. Your entire database, your entire network, your entire server on the cloud. Later before I explain different type of server, and I explained about servers like database server, web server, file server, even the game server, even your print server, the mail servers. All these servers, of course, if you understood what server means, server needs to be whether physically somewhere or logically somewhere. So a server that is physically stable somewhere can be something like this. Maybe look around your offices or look around your school. If there's something like this there, you might only have one, but that is your office server or your school server. And your office, you have a server like this. No matter how big this server is, it may get exhausted one day and it will never be as efficient as the cloud. But this is a typical example of a server farm. So the systems are connected to the server, and that is the server that are hosted on the cloud. So businesses continue to use the cloud services to minimize cost and to maximize efficiency. So if you actually want to be productive and you want to make your businesses or yourself to be productive, you need to get familiar with the cloud computing systems. Okay, cloud computing allows a company to diversify its network and server infrastructure. That is, if you are a small business owner, I know because this course is also for business owners, we said how to harness the power of computer and digital device for employment and entrepreneurship opportunity. So this course might be on the second category, that is for employment, that is for people in higher education and people in entrepreneurship. Whether you are out of school doesn't mean you shouldn't be using technology. After all, use technology to make payments and to make your businesses fine. So when you are using cloud computing, you are indirectly moving your network or server from a physical location to a location you don't know, but it's highly effective. Now, some cloud computing services automatically add more network and server capability to a company. I don't want to go deeper into the technical side of the cloud computing, but I want to go into the opportunity side of the cloud computing because I've received, honestly, I know that a lot of students from FOSU, Omaran, Student Union, they are also on this platform, and a lot of Nigerian students, corporates, undergraduates, even graduates are on this platform trying to see how you can pick or learn one or two skills. This particular session will be good for you because today I'm going to be teaching you some ways you can actually maximize the benefits in the technological environment. And what did I mean by this? You'll come across that technology has become a boost in almost every sector. Even if you are a fresh graduate, they will be asking you for the skill you possess, especially technological skills. It's unfortunate that most of us will still be telling companies that I have Microsoft knowledge, Microsoft Word. I can type Microsoft Word. I can type. Uh, just imagine I can do PowerPoint. I'm not saying you should not learn all these things, but there are more you should know. See, let me tell you, companies are expecting a lot from you because they are going to pay a lot. So I don't know, maybe that is why we are limiting our offer to one corner of government. And if you are limiting yourself to government, then we all know the salary range in the government enterprise, but you can actually enhance your skills, even working for government so that you'll be more productive for the institutions. So there are many things as a young person, as a fresh graduate, as a youth in Oman that you can actually learn. And one of it is cloud computing. But let's quickly look at other important skills you can actually learn. Now look up here and let me burst your mind. And I don't know what to learn as far as digital skills concerned. Now look at these courses. These are some of the things you can learn. Start learning it now to actually make your life better. HTML. Thanks for a lot of people that have reached out to me. They want to learn how to code. Learning how to code means you have to start learning hypertext markup language, cascading style sheets, JavaScript. We also have important programming applications like structured query language, SQL language, Python. A lot of people have heard of Python, but they have not started learning something, and time is going. Hypertext preprocessor, Bootstrap, and a lot of things you can actually learn. Now let's look at the basic of what we can actually begin. When we talk about learning HTML, I'm still coming back to the cloud, and I'm going to explain the opportunity abounds in the cloud system. Learning HTML means you are learning the language of building a web page. That is, most of you should know how to build a website. I'm not saying you should be using the content system, the coding aspect of building a website. It's for fun, but it can actually help you in your employment, and it can help you to be better in the labor market. And learning HTML is not even sufficient. You have to combine it with the styling style of the web, that is the CSS cascading style sheet. That is the language for styling web page. I call them three in one. The last one is the JavaScript. And if you can learn this JavaScript alone, man, you can become a programmer, a mobile app developer, and even you go more than becoming a web developer because it is a language for programming applications, uh, developing, writing softwares, and the coding language of the web. Then you can go forward to learning Python. Python is a popular programming language. I know a lot of you understood, a lot of you have been talking about Python. It's a popular programming language that you can learn it to advance your machine learning skills, your AI, robotics skills. But mostly we use Python to train some data sets, and you can see most of the things what we are seeing today in terms of predictive analysis, detections of crime rate, preventions of diseases. Then Python is getting more significant day by day in terms of its capability to help you in predicting whether an event will take place or not based on the available data sets. And when you look at the headline businesses, marketing, e-commerce, even the health sectors, they are leveraging Python programming language to make forecasts. Okay, the price of airlines, the price of commodities, and that is why a lot of the youth, I don't know what you are going to be doing, even if you are not in a job or you are out of job, you can enroll yourself in any of these digital skills environments where in the next 5 months, 6 months, you can come out as a refreshed graduate. Oh, I have graduated láti 2022 mi ò ríṣẹ́. Then what have you learned again? 3 years, what have you used it for? Tailoring you didn't learn, plumber you didn't learn, even baking you didn't learn. And you tell me you have iPhone, you have a computer, and you cannot pick a skill like Python, learn it, and come out as a refreshed graduate. Don't you know that graduate of 2022 is outdated graduate? Yes, in that 2022, we are supposed to be in employment. Yes, I say it categorically. That same 2022, you don't blame anybody for your unemployed. You spent 4 years in school. Can't you just think of what you can do? Even you attended NYC, you can start a mini employment for yourself, or you can take 6 months to enroll in the skills. After that 6 months, you can build up an employment for yourself. It's not necessarily a white collar job. It can be when you create a solution for people, they get paid for that. That is employment. You might not be comfortable with it, but it is employment. So we're still going to tell us that he has been out of school since 2020. There's no job. OPF is not giving us job. Omaran is not giving us job. Who tells you that OPF is going to give or Omaran is going to give everybody job? We have more people coming up, and we don't pray for our youth to be unemployed. We even pray for most of our youth to be self-reliant so that they can also be an employer of labor. I'll tell you my case, my personal example. I finished university in 2007. That is the truth. I'm just a small boy, but I finished university at 20 years. That is 2007, I was 20 years. And in that 2007, I went to service in 2008. I was in service in 2008. Third month, I got a offer. Before offer, of course, interview comes. And thank you to a very big thanks to Professor Isaac Olarewaju Olede, the former Vice Chancellor of the University of Ilorin and the current Registrar of JAMB. My first employment was endorsed under him at University of Ilorin, JKK ETC. That is the Electronics Test Center. I was a SAPIN core member then. And 3 months into my service, I already got a job. My salary was maybe 37,000 naira then. It's fine because our alawi was 9,500. So what am I talking about? We were employed to start building the computer, to start developing, networking, and setting up the computer base of the University of Ilorin. What am I saying? Even before I go for service, within that interim in school, okay, let's say when I was in school, I was lucky a bit because I was the NACOS president, National Association of Computer Science Students, and I was the president. And the year, think of my age, I was 20 years when I finished university, and maybe 19, 18 years, I was the president of a big department in university. And think of my status there, a very small boy leading a team of big boys and big girls. And the year I became the president, when I said there's something I'm going to do to empower myself, the first thing I brought on board was empowerment in 2006. The package is there. I went to Lagos, Lahaz with a company like First Logic, Kwara Resource Center in Kwara State, and I seal up a deal with KRC, Kwara Resource Center, to come to my school, bring this IT training closer to my people, and I don't want you to charge them. All I want is I want them to get this employment because we are not going to get everything in school. And what did KRC did to us? A course that's supposed to be 65,000, they gave it to my student for 15,000 naira. This is how they did it. They brought it like a scholarship scheme. They did an exam. So if you score this certain range, you pay this percentage. If you score this certain range, you pay this percentage. I encourage all my students as a leader. I encourage all my students to participate in this project. And the KLC came to, the KLC is along of a garage then, Kwara Resource Center. They are now at Unity side. And they came to invest as a marketing strategy. They also use that avenue to market their product. And I connected them to learners. And before you know it, almost 60 people were certified in one or two IT skills. If you look at my networking certification, I got my professional A plus, Advanced Network Plus, in 2006 as 19 years. Maybe these are the things that contributed to my employment immediately I finished NYC. It's not my dad. My dad is late since 2004. And I just meet with Mr. Lay. I connected with him, and before we know it, I joined them when they are sending a proposal to University of Raleigh. Probably from there, a lot of people get to know me. Oh, Bisiolewa can do this. Bisiola can. What can I do? So what I'm trying to say is, even though after then I was still looking for better employment, but I was holding one employment letter and I was actively engaged. So what am I telling you? This is 2025. The story I just told you was 2007, 8, 9. 2025, the opportunity we have right now was not available then. This is learning. You can learn on the go. The YouTube is like a free university where you can learn. How many of you have exploited the YouTube system? So going forward, you can learn skills like Python to advance your skills. I know it might be difficult. Who told you university was easy? 4 years in university. You think it was easy? 4 years of threat of examination and 4 years of threat of failure and carryover. So why can't you just discipline yourself again and start one or two skills? It might not be this software programming skill. It can be digital marketing, affiliate marketing, graphic design, but all those things were just a mini because the main programming in IT is coding. Structured query language, there's no system that doesn't have a database. I've seen young boys in my institutions that are controlling our database. And these are some of the programming language you can learn. PHP, jQuery, Java. I'm not saying you should be a big time programmer, but if your line is in IT and you're telling me you don't know all this, you might not be doing fine for yourself. So these are something you can learn. You can learn Canva, learn even Excel. Who told you you cannot excel with Excel knowledge? From Excel, you can become a data analyst. From Excel, you can migrate to learning complex Excel functions that will even take you towards Power BI, that is the business intelligence applications, and using Tableau, R, and other softwares. And we tell you cannot learn how to build a robot using machine learning and artificial intelligence. It's so unfortunate. Some of our youth, they study statistics in school and they are still telling us they are not employed. Who told you a statistician should be a problem solver? It's because probably you didn't consider technology in your statistics. A statistician that does not learn, that does not know Python, should learn something else. Python will bring out the statisticians in you, where you are going to be using your mathematical knowledge with programming knowledge to solve problems. And you think people will forget you? No. So that is by the way. And let us look at opportunity in the cloud environment. Why did I say cloud environment? No, I just explained to you why you need to learn cloud computing. The demand for cloud skill in Africa, Asia Pacific, the Asia Pacific is becoming increasing. In the Asia, for instance, where technology even reside, I always say technology reside in Asia because where countries are developing at a faster rate is the Asia, especially the APAC, where we have countries like Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and so on and so forth. So the demand for cloud skills is becoming triple, and don't be surprised when you see some of us working for Asian companies. I've had offers that probably would I prefer to work for an European country or an Asian country. I said I think I'm more familiar with these Asian people because I school there and I understand their language a bit. So the demand for cloud skills is very important in Asia. So why I'm saying this is because what I want to teach you today is not coding, it's not programming. I want to teach you cloud computing. And when you look at demand for cloud computing, we have four types of workers that require new digital skills by 2025. Hey, this is 2025 December. Who are those people that require digital skills? Again, the OPF has thought about this by bringing up this idea to support the digital presence of an individual. Whether you are a fresh graduate, whether you are in a school or you're still in school, you need these digital skills. And let us look at those type of, even when you are working presently, you still need digital skills to thrive. One, the current digital skilled workers. That is, workers who are already applying digital skills in their job today. They need digital skills. That is, current digitally skilled workers. You can't say you are digitally skilled, you don't still need digital skills. You need digital skills to enhance proficiency in your current skills and also expand current competency. And what are the second categories of people that need digital skills? The current non-digitally skilled worker. Where did you belong to? That is, workers who do not apply any digital skills in their job today. Who are those people? Can you tell me the categories of those people? Those people that doesn't apply any digital skills in their job. Do we still have them? Oh, someone will say that civil servant. Who tells you that civil servant don't need to apply digital skills? And that is why some of them will remain redundant. In every government enterprise now, in fact, governments are running e-governments, serious governments. Kwara State government is running e-government, Lagos State government is running e-government, and there's a need for you to bring up people with competency in digital skills. So you need to learn digital skills to be more productive in your current job or access better jobs. So if you are currently working somewhere and you want to change job, the reason for changing job might be you have acquired better skills. And where do we belong? Most of us in this learning belong to the future worker, maybe students who will enter the workforce in future. And I want to believe every one of us will enter the workforce in the future. And that is why we are preparing you at this stage. Most of the people you see that wrote our exam last year, let me quickly check them. Most of these guys would have trained. They are the programmers of the future. And honestly, personally, I have confidence in them. As little as they are doing fine in tech. So they might be classified under the future workers, students who will enter the workforce in future. You need to learn in-demand digital skills to boost your employability. So don't let it be a burden on you. You need to learn skills that will boost your employability. I've talked about different skills you can learn. And the fourth category of people are disenfranchised individuals. Who are these individuals? They are people who are unemployed or involuntarily excluded from the workforce. Why? Involuntarily excluded from the workforce. They still need to learn digital skills in order to access job opportunity. So you may need to classify yourself in any of these category. Where did I belong to? BC have already told me four areas. So mark up where you likely belong to. I belong to the current digital skill worker, and write it in the comment section if you are watching this video after this class. I belong to the current non-digitally skilled workers. I belong to the future worker, disenfranchised individual. And it all fields summarize gain in-demand digital skills. And one of the digital skills I'm trying to relate you with today is cloud computing skills. The cloud computing skills will grow in importance over the next 5 years. That is, by 2030, cloud computing importances will grow. And the following charts illustrate the advanced digital skills needed in 2020. Of course, it's still needed in 2025, and how those needs are expected to grow and change by 2025. I'm using these statistics from Amazon Web Services, and I'm actually evaluating these predictions, which was made, maybe this was written 5 years ago, and coincidentally we are in 2025. Let us see if it has come into existence or not. Now let us look at the advanced digital skill needed in 2020. Where were you then? And let us look at the advanced digital skill needed in 2025. We are not going to be talking about the Asian Pacific countries alone. We are still going to be talking about the African and the NEMA countries. So by competence area, let us quickly look at something here. Device and software operation. I want you to pay close attention to these statistics so that you know that why we chose this topic was for a purpose. The use of computer and mobile devices for assessing education, employment, and entrepreneurship opportunity. Now you've come to understand why we chose this. Now let us look at this statistic. Advanced digital skills needed in 2025. Device and software operations. 1. Digital content or product creation. Those are the content creators. 3. Information and data literacy. Then 4. Cloud computing competency. 5. Digital communication and collaboration. 6. Digital problem solving. 5. Digital security and ethics. And lastly, digital project management. Now ask yourself, let us look at this analysis, the project magnitude, and let us look at in 2025, let us look at the highest number in this statistic, 142, right? Which indicator has 142? Digital security and ethics has the largest statistics here. Digital security and ethics. Did you see? Digital security and ethics has the largest, and it is expected to increase times 2.4x in 2026, followed by 141. Which one is 141? Purple. Digital communication and collaboration. And let us look at cloud computing. Cloud computing also is expected to increase times 3 in 2025. Now, what is our advice for you, especially for current digital workers? Well, you understand, you have been able to classify yourself whether you're a digital worker or non-digital worker. For many digital workers, including both technical and non-technical professionals in a range of industries, cloud computing is an area of opportunity for you. People with skills in this area will rise in 2026, and they will rise significantly. In fact, according to Alpha Beta It recommends that current digital workers deepen expertise in data and cloud skills, as these are likely to see the greatest increase in demand. That is, for those of you in digital environment. Now, for non-technical digital workers or individual who don't have experience using the cloud. I don't have experience in the cloud. Almost all my students in this lesson have experience in the cloud because, in fact, I've been seeing your interaction with my post on the cloud. So, for those non-technical digital workers, building foundational cloud knowledge can help you understand the possibility of cloud computing and help you make decisions and recommendations. So we'll be looking at Amazon Web Services, which offer more than 500 free on-demand online courses. And OPF is supporting you to learn some of these courses also. And what many courses are also available in different language. Now let us look at for workers with some cloud computing experience. You already have cloud computing experience. These are three categories now. Now, deepening those skills can help you advance your career in 2026. Yes, in particular, the Alpha Beta report found that cloud architecture design skills will be critically important for people in APAC workers over the next 5 years. Then what is our fate in Africa? The same will be much important, applied to us in Africa. And let us look at the chart which shows the projected growth rate for the 10 digital skills with the numbers of workers required in it. Now, who are those people they are looking for? The highly ranked digital skills personnel should be people that can design and refine new cloud and hybrid architecture. That's telling you that there's a lot of career in the cloud systems. The second ranking skills are people that can create operation to support protocol for new software and hardware. And the third category are people that can create original digital content and the tools to develop them. They might be technical, but I just told you, you need to learn advanced problem solving computational skills. And one of them is this cloud computing infrastructures. So far, we have not made a decision yet to become a cloud architect. If you have made that decision, just reach out to me. You can log into my Facebook, just type BC Owelewa. You can get connected to me, or you type BC Networks Innovation Forum. You can be connected to me, or you type Digital Skills for Youth. Don't worry, any browser, just type it. You will be connected to me directly. So let me leave this so that I'll be able to concentrate on what I want to teach you today on cloud computing. I just explained to you that you can actually pick up a career in cloud computing. So when we talk about cloud computing, we have different types of cloud computing. Of course, the cloud computing I showed you earlier, something like this is the Google Cloud. So if I'm using Gmail, automatically I'm using Google Cloud Platform. If you are using Microsoft, you are using one is it one drop what's Microsoft? OneDrive, Dropbox. These are some of the available cloud services, but there are mega cloud services. Now, the common cloud services providers are Google Cloud Platform. So Google Cloud Platform is providing you access to Google Cloud. Then we have Microsoft. Microsoft will be providing you access to Microsoft Azure. Then we have Amazon. Is it amazing or amazing? Amazon Web Services. The Amazon Web Services is actually one of the most popular cloud systems, and I'll actually be recommending it I'm recommending Amazon Web Services in this learning. And what do we mean by what is Amazon Web Cloud Services? Of course, we've seen cloud services, but I'm not sure most of us have used Amazon Cloud Service before because we don't have any email systems in common. Most of us are using Google Cloud because we're using Gmail. Most of us are using Microsoft Cloud because we're using Hotmail. or is it Outlook? But I think Amazon doesn't have any particular cloud systems. So today I'm going to explain to you what Amazon Cloud Services is and how we can actually maximize the benefit or to pick up a new career as Amazon web developer. Amazon Web Service is a cloud computing platform which was released in 2006, and since then the cloud platform has grown in lots in both size and offering different product range. How many of you remember that Amazon started as is it Amazon book, right? And today Amazon has become the largest software providers in terms of cloud storage, elastic storages, and applications. Not only Amazon books, in fact, it has a large platform for selling of the books, but that's not the only thing Amazon does. Amazon is one of the largest cloud services provider globally, and its competency is popular in almost every job market in Nigeria, in Africa, in Asia, in Europe. And one amazing thing about Amazon is you can do most things in the Amazon Web Cloud. Don't worry, I'm going to give you an overview of Amazon Web Cloud. Now, let us look at why this particular course is for you. The tutorial has a broad audience, and who are the audience? Now let's look at it. You are a student, and that is why you are joining this platform. The program is actually targeted at students. So some of our graduate students are here, undergraduate students are here. So understanding Amazon Web Services is going to be a hotkey, a bonus for you. Even if you are not a student, you are IT professional. Understanding the Amazon Web Service and the opportunity abound. I've explained to you opportunities abound outside Nigeria. For those of you that are targeting remote job, you can become an Amazon cloud architect or cloud security engineer or cloud developer, that's the cloud DevOps. Then if you are a marketing professional, understanding the nature of Amazon cloud will really help you in your career and business. A sales representative, this course is actually going to help you. Even if you are a legal personnel, the course is very, very suitable for you. Now we'll talk about the Amazon Web Services. There are, as a professional, you can even you can acquire certification program for Amazon Web Service Cloud Practitioner. That is, you have to write some exams and get certified in it. So particularly, I'm directing my attention to all the students here. Don't be lazy. I told you my experience, how I got certified even before I finished university at 19 years. It's not 19 years now, 2006. So, but the truth is, that's my CCNA and A plus really helped me in the job market. So, what of you are still in under level, 2N level, you have time to spend. Why not pick up one of these learning, get certified? I'm not saying certificates from web purposes, get certified from these companies, and the certificate will help you boost your CV and add credentials to your CV. So when you are attending your employment, your CV for employment, even if they don't, there was a place that I've been to, I've submitted application. When everyone were there, I just left. Somebody said, don't you try and know people here? I said, who do I want to know? I'll put everything on my CV. If they employ me, in fact, I'll be more useful for them. That is the truth. Because I see that I'm bringing myself, my knowledge closer to the company. And honestly speaking, if they employ me, I'm committed to give the company the best because I love working in that company. So immediately I finished the interview, I left. If they call me today, fine. If they did not call me today, well, probably I'll still be relevant in my learning, even if I'm not in that job. So these are ways you can boost your skills and add credentials to your CV. Get one or two, three professional certifications, and you keep asking me. Let me cut down question because when I'm talking with students or people that need to advance their skills, and bóyá mo fẹ́ learn ìpínlẹ̀ kan ní computer, I know I want to learn how to type. Even in my office at BC Lectures, we have stopped teaching people Microsoft Word. In fact, it's just like a freelance. When you are taking Microsoft Word here, you are a freelance student. You just come to do that freelance. That is not what you are going to do here. See, when I mentioned this, somebody will think you have to finish university before you learn Amazon Web Services. Somebody was saying you have to finish university before you learn HTML. Who told you that? And these are some of the things we are getting wrong. So let's go forward, getting started with Amazon Web Services. Now, what you need to start Amazon Web Services is Amazon Web Services has a free account. It's free. Of course, it has a premium tier, but it has a free tier that lets you explore and try out their services. So you can sign up on Amazon website to explore some services. So what that means is you have to type in on your browser Amazon AWS or Amazon.com. So when you type this URL on your platform, just create on sign up. It's free. Create a free account, and when you are creating a free account, you see different offers there. Amazon offers free trials, 12 months free, and always free. That is, why do you choose always free? These free trials offers do not expire and are available to all Amazon customers. So free trial means you can use Amazon Web Service for short time, at least start from the day you activate a particular service. And the 12-month means you can employ this offer for 12 months following your initial sign up. So the second step is to click the create a free account button after you have entered your username, password. You can also create an Amazon account name. That is, choose a name for your account. You can say your account is Rose Olewa or BC Olewa. Then continue to the next step. The third step is your registration completing stage. Amazon, for instance, when you are creating Amazon accounts, it requires you to register a credit card and identify verification by phone number or phone number via the text or voice. I know a lot of people might be skeptical here, but if you are using a free trial, you don't need to worry much about this. But I bet you might want to go beyond using the free trial because you might not explore all the features of Amazon in the free trial. And once you do this service, you can access all Amazon services by clicking on, in Google Cloud, we have something like this. So in Amazon too, we have this dot dot, which shows that it's like a repository of features where you can see different features on Amazon. So what can you do when you log into Amazon? One, of course, you can see that I'm becoming more technical because all the classes has been more simple. It's becoming technical now. Don't worry, you can save this video for later days and you keep understanding them day by day. The more you watch, the more you learn. Also, you keep understanding them. Now, you can build solutions on Amazon. Solutions like you can launch a virtual machine with elastic configuration tool. You can launch a virtual machine in 2 minutes. What do we mean by a virtual machine? When we say something is virtual, means something that is not real. Sometimes it's a copy of something. So you are not building a physical machine, but a virtual machine that can be run on your physical computer. And another thing solution you can build on Amazon, you can build a web app with elastic beanstalk. You can build a web app in 6 minutes. You can see you can start building beyond imagination. And other things you can build as a solution on Amazon, you can also build using virtual server, using the light shell. You can also register a domain. You can connect an IoT device to Amazon Cloud, and you can start migrating to Amazon services. These are some of the things you can actually do on Amazon Web Services. Now, what is the client server model in Amazon? The client server model in Amazon means, I've explained in the preliminary class, I explained what client is, I explained what server is. So if you think of my stand here, I might be using a server. If you think of all the student computers there, all the student computers you see here, they might be using a client. So we have a client server model where all the students you see here, they are taking a CBT exam on my server. So they are clients. So the client-server model is an important concept in cloud computing. It is about managing many clients using services from the centralized server. Think of your exams, or think of your bank that service you, or think of the boss that have all the applications you have to request. So the client server model is actually in a typical model like this, where we have a client. This can be you, and this can be the office. So you are accessing services in your office. The server is like a computer, expand different servers. The services is like a computer where you request for service from this server, then the server will issue you back the request. Okay, so the server does tasks for the client and return information. And that is what happens when we query the internet. Whenever you type anything on the internet, you are indirectly requesting services from the internet services. So again, what is cloud computing? Revise. Now, I said cloud computing is a computing service made available over the internet. Cloud computing is a pay-as-you-go model for delivering IT resources. And what are the IT resources that can be delivered on the cloud? Software can be delivered over the cloud. Storage. You need to store file. You need a bigger storage space. You don't need a physical server. You can request for cloud storage. Hardware, network, and many other peripherals. And one thing about the cloud services is you can pay for what you use. Normally when you are buying this infrastructure in your company, the challenge there is you might not even use up to, you might not need them, but you think you need them. So you are paying for what you are not using. But in the cloud, you pay only for what you use. In Amazon cloud computing services, we have different deployment models. You can see this class is not technical, so you can follow, you can deal with me now. You can follow me. I'm not trying to say any technical jargon, Sabi. So keep following me so that although if I'm going to take you to the technical side, don't worry, small. So there are three different types of cloud deployment. We have the cloud-based, we have the on-premise and hybrid. What do you mean by the cloud base? Of course, we've been explaining the cloud base as anything outside your location. Then the cloud can be deployed even within your location. We call it private cloud. That is the on-premise cloud. Then we have a combination. Okay, the cloud base that is outside your jurisdiction is called public cloud. Just like when you access that Google Cloud, is a public cloud. All of you can access Google Cloud accounts on a public base. Then some accounts can be made available privately, maybe for banks. All those sensitive organizations, they will need private uh, data centers, which is in form of cloud. However, the efficiency might not be as the public cloud. So we also have the hybrid, the combinations of the public cloud and the private cloud. I want to enable my mouse here. Okay, so we talk about this as, let me write, public, then private, then combinations of these two is what we call the hybrid cloud. Is that clear? So the models are different ways of accessing compute services over the internet, locally or so cloud-based deployments. Now, when we talk about cloud, everything runs in the cloud. That is, everything runs in the virtual environment. And this model allows you to build new applications or more existing ones onto the cloud. There are different levels of services ranging from low to high level services. Actually, I will not be able to finish up this class because time is fast running, but I'm going to make it a split class. So I'll make a video I'll make another class follow up because I know a lot of people are really enjoying this class and they actually want to see the very technical side of the cloud computing. So I promise to. I'm going to make in the next class I'm going to record all the class and also make it available on the OPF platform so that you will not miss anything in case you are thinking of building this to the next level. So trust me, I'm going to make it available for you. The reason is this: I know a lot of us needs to go for prayer, and of course, I know we are enjoying this class, but we have time that is there for us. So, but if there's anything I've explained today, I've explained the significance of cloud computing, the opportunity in cloud computing, and I also took my time to explain some ways you can enhance your productivity as a student, as a current business owner, or as a prospective business owner. And what that means is, especially the demand side I highlighted here, I've I asked you to uh, classify yourself into four. Look at this chart and try and determine where you belong. Type of worker. I know, even if you are a student, don't worry, you still belong to any of these category. This is category, let's say category A, category B, category C, and D. So which category did you belong to? One, current digitally skilled worker. How do you know this? If you are a worker that is already applying digital skills in your job today, you belong to category A. But what can you do to enhance your skill? Enhance proficiency in current skills and try and expand your current competency with any of these knowledges, any of these skills we mentioned. Category B, if you are a if you are non-digitally skilled worker, you are employed but not in a digital environment. That is, you are in a working system that do not need to apply any digital skills in your job. What are the type of jobs? What type of jobs do we have like this? I don't know. Somebody said beauty pageant, no beauty salon. Even fashion designers, you can see how they are maximizing social media to launch their products. In fact, I have one student, Opeyemi Adegboyega. She's the CEO of Mavis Cake. This lady was one of our students and she learned graphics design, digital marketing from us. And go and see her cake business today. It's all over the world because of the digital skills she put into her work. So if you are in this category, learn digital skills to be more productive in your current job, or it will also help you to access better jobs. And what are the category C, the future workers? All our students here, I know you are our future workers. You are going to be gainfully employed, but at this time, even if you don't need technology for employment, you need technology for study, for your CBT. Of course, not everybody here have passed through the CBT. Nobody should be afraid of writing exams on CBT because your test has been written in CBT and the test you are writing on Saturday is computer based and you have learned more than just mouse track and keypad. And let me just clap for all of you. You have really impressed me because in your test I can see even somebody that joined us on that same day were able to cope. So, but nonetheless, this knowledge is still going to be reserved for you when you really want to join the workforce in the future. You need to gain in-demand digital skills to boost your employability. And the last categories of people are the disenfranchised individual. That is individuals who are unemployed or involuntarily excluded from the workforce. People in this category, you need to learn new digital skills in order to access job opportunity. And hey, we are asking me which type of digital skills are we now going to learn? Oh, I've talked about it now. Opo. Is it digital marketing, web design, And let me talk, when I talk about digital skills, I'm actually talking about skills that can actually make you shine anywhere. And I've explained some of the skills you can learn here. HTML is very important. CSS. In fact, excuse me, learn web development, mobile app development, digital marketing, virtual assistants, graphics design, cyber security, just again, copywriting. Our skills here pọ̀ káàkiri, graphics design ó pọ̀ káàkiri, but these are skills you can actually learn to become relevant. Data science, Excel, learn it. Artificial intelligence, learn it. There are more things you can actually learn. So thank you for joining this class, and in our next class, what we are going to cover in next class is, let me quickly see. We've covered cloud computing, protecting your computers. I thought we have covered all this, and wearable device. Then we're also going to we're going to cover protecting your computer. That is, how do you protect your computer hardware and software? Also, wearable devices. Wearable devices 24. Okay, understanding wearable devices, because you can see all these devices are becoming so common now. We're still going to talk about this. Then the health risk of using technology. This is very important. The health risk of using technology, the health concern of using technology, because we have to also mind our health while we're using some of these devices. Let me quickly show you why I want to make this. You can see this post here, because we've encouraged you to learn digital skills, and some of you are going to be spending 4 hours. Okay, how many classes? We've taken this class for 2 hours or 3 hours, 2.5 hours now. So we need to be mindful of how you are sitting, how you are joining this class. So that is why we're still going to be talking about the health risk of using digital technology. We're going to be talking about the behavioral health risk, and how can you tell if you are addicted to technology? That is mobile devices, computer, and even some of these social media applications. So we're still going to exploit that. Once again, I want to thank you for your time in joining this class. I'm also enjoying taking you through this digital skills journey. I'm also glad I'm part of your success story, because you definitely make it to the top. So see you at the top by the grace of God. My name is BC Olewa, and I'm your instructor from BC Networks Innovation Hub. And thank you for joining us.